Hi guys, welcome to my video 2 for sex linkage. I just have a couple more things to talk about that I couldn't quite finish in my first video. So this is talking about other related traits that are related to gender, which includes sex-limited traits, which means it's limited to one sex. So both the sexes can carry the genes, but it's only expressed in one of the genders. So we talk about milk production. So in cows, for example, bulls actually do still have the genes to make milk, but they just are not able to actually do that. And we also have another example called sex-influenced, which is just more common in one gender than the other. So an example is baldness. Both males and females can carry the genes for baldness, but because baldness can be influenced by testosterone, it's more commonly seen in males. So it's still possible for women to go bald, like men do sometimes when they get a little bit older, but it's just more common because of that testosterone being present. So we have other things like Y-linked traits, but we know that the Y chromosome, if you guys look at the difference between the Y chromosome and the X chromosome, the Y chromosome is just significantly smaller. So there's not actually lots of examples of this, but these are traits that are located on the Y chromosome. Okay, they would be transferred from father to son because the father donates his Y chromosome to his son, not to his daughters, because daughters don't have Y chromosomes. And the example that I have here is male infertility. You're probably wondering, well, if they're infertile, how are they having babies? To have infertility as a male, it just means you have a lower sperm count. So that could be lowering the chances of you having babies, but it doesn't mean that you're not necessarily going to ever have them. Okay, naturally it would be a little bit harder, but you could use something like in vitro fertilization or artificial insemination for this to happen, and you would still be able to have babies. So this is the only example that I could talk about what that is a Y-linked trait. It's really, really uncommon to see Y-linked traits. Okay, I also have a couple more things talking about X chromosomes and something that we call Barr body. So X chromosomes, remember women have 2 X chromosomes, so they have twice the number of X chromosomes than men. So to make this work, okay, because they have twice the gene doses of X chromosomes as men, to make this work, we have to have something called Barr bodies, which basically X chromosomes being turned off in some cells. They're called Barr bodies. They look like this, where they're basically just like these blobs, kind of off to the side. And these are our X chromosomes that are not turned on in that certain cell, because you can only have one copy of each X chromosome. So the other one in a female would be turned off. Okay, sometimes forming patches if I'm looking at things like organisms with different types of fur. So that means that different patches of the body will express different X chromosomes. So this gives us the example of calico cats. Okay, normally we have hair color being determined on the X chromosome, and normally you just have orange cats and black cats. Okay, to be orange for males, you just have X and an O to be orange and an XB to be black, but women can have 2 O's and 2 B's to be orange or black, or they could have the genotype XOXB and be calico, okay, which has a combination of both orange and black in their coloration. So that means that if I was looking at this patch of fur on this cat, the X chromosome that carries the O on it would be expressed, but on this side of the face, okay, they have black fur, so that means that the B X chromosome would be expressed, and then it forms patches on their fur. Okay, so that's how we end up with calico cats. So I have a question that I'm going to let you guys think about for the evening. We're going to talk about more tomorrow. Okay, does that mean that male calico cats exist? And if there is, what would their genotype be? Okay, so I'll let you guys think about that. We're going to discuss it tomorrow in class. And that is the end of my X-linked trait, my sex-linked trait video. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow.